At first glance, this squirrel might seem like any other, but give it a gentle poke, and you'll hear something totally unexpected. Instead of chattering or scurrying off, it lets out a high-pitched squeak that sounds just like a toy. This tiny creature's quirky reaction has everyone doing a double take and smiling. They had grown incredibly close over the years. To her, he was the best thing that had ever happened to her. This is Gibby's story. She had been working at a wildlife rehabilitation center when Gibby arrived with his littermate. A family had found the babies after they had fallen from a tree. Gibby, in particular, had been abandoned and was in need of care. After receiving treatment and growing stronger, both squirrels were deemed ready for release. Gibby's littermate, Mel, immediately took off into the wild. But Gibby? He clung to her leg and refused to go anywhere. He just wanted to stay with her. She attempted to release him 4 separate times. Each time, Gibby gave it his best effort, trying to squirrel, but it never quite worked. Once, he even returned with talon marks on his back, a clear sign he'd had a close call with a hawk. He was clearly overwhelmed and deeply stressed by life outdoors. He would sit in a tree outside and cry for her. In the eyes of a wildlife center, an animal that didn't identify or behave like its species was considered a failed rehab case. In Gibby's situation, that likely would have meant euthanasia, but she couldn't do it. Instead, she made the decision to give him a forever home. That was almost 8 years ago. Since then, she's referred to him as her son. When Gibby had accidents early on, she gently redirected him to a litter box. Over time, he learned to use it consistently. He knew his name, responded when called, and had a personality she often compared to a golden retriever. He wanted to be involved in everything she did. To him, this was normal life. He didn't know any different. Gibby even had a best friend, Sheldon, her bearded dragon. Gibby would help himself to Sheldon's snacks and curl up beside him. The two would sit at the window together, watching the world go by. Sometimes, Gibby would nibble gently on Sheldon's head, a tiny, affectionate gesture that never failed to make her smile. Sadly, Sheldon passed away at the age of 10, but their friendship had left a lasting impression. She didn't believe Gibby saw himself as a squirrel. More likely, he thought he was a dog, or maybe even human. When he looked at other squirrels, it was as if he thought, "Tough break, guys." He was curious about everything. If she brought in groceries, he needed to inspect each item, taste test it, and watch as it was put away. If she assembled furniture, he would sit on the parts, flatten out on his belly, and observe the process like a supervisor. Gibby had suffered from a persistent ear infection, and after exhausting local veterinary options, she made the decision to drive over 24 hours to Florida to see a squirrel specialist. She was determined to get him the care he needed. They were completely in sync. With just a glance, he often seemed to understand what she was thinking or about to do. If she slept in too long, he would come into her bedroom and tug on her finger until she woke up, bored and eager to start the day. While she worked, Gibby would stretch out on her desk, silently keeping her company. And when she returned from a trip, he would greet her with tiny paws on her face, licking her cheeks and sniffing her all over before breaking into excited chirps and zoomies to show how thrilled he was. Gibby didn't ask for much, just to be included in everything she did. And for her, that was more than enough. What do you think of this story? Let us know in the comments section. I hope you like this story. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Also subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss the update from our channel. Thank you.